So it's Danny Flexen here for Seconds Out. Delighted to be joined by unbeaten welterweight Florian Marku. Florian, how are you?
I'm very good, my friend. And you?
I'm very good too. Glad to hear it on your side. It's been a little while since we've seen you out in the ring. I was saying off camera, the last time I saw you was actually at a press conference where things got a bit fiery between yourself and Chris Congo. When are we likely to see you next out in the ring?
End of January or middle of January.
And what's the path that you're looking to take now? Obviously, you're on the fringe of world level. You want to get to a world title. It's a division where there's only one champion, certainly at the moment, but those belts could easily become fragmented quite soon. What's your path to that top level?
It doesn't matter really, to tell you the truth. I'm looking for a big fight, and whoever, because you have seen how boxing is getting right now. With these guys from the zone that was happening. These guys from YouTube. No disrespect to them, because they are bringing a lot of people in the boxing world. But I'm saying about the fights. I'm only want some big fights. Doesn't matter who I fight. Only want some big fights. Of course, Terence Crawford have all the belts, and no possibility now for me to fight him. I don't think they can offer this fight, because if this fight is offered to me, I will take it with my both arms. But I want the big fights. That's why now we're chasing somebody big name.
And with that in mind, I think Josh Taylor, former undisputed champion at 140 pounds, qualifies as a big name. You guys have had a little back and forth on social media. Just first of all, tell us how that started.
Tell me again. I didn't hear you.
How the argument between yourself and Josh Taylor began on social media.
No, it's not a really argument. We never had an argument. I offered this fight. She said about me that she will like this fight. He knows that we can fill whichever stadium in UK. And yeah, that was all. He didn't say nothing else. He said about the comments of some Albanians that they sent him many comments, and he blocked the comments that not many people write him. That was all.
So how do we get from him saying he wants the fight, you obviously want the fight, to making it happen? What are the obstacles?
Obstacles is about him signing the contract, because the money that he's getting right now is a lot of money. Nobody else is gonna pay this money to him, after he's lost. If you will, and because he's taking more than the half of the money that he took from his undisputed loss, that he lost the belts. And I think it's a really good money that he's taking. And let's see if he accepts. The only reason that he will not accept this fight is because he knows that I'm very good for him.
And you mentioned the loss there. That was, of course, to Lopez. But a lot of people felt that he also should have lost to Jack Catterall in the fight before that. Were you one of them? Do you think that he should have lost to Catterall?
I don't want to speak about it. I think it was a really good fight. I know Jack also, personal. I think it was a really close fight, and I think they will have to give it to Jack this fight. But it happens what it happens. Now I don't know if they're gonna fight again or not. Now maybe it's my time to fight him.
What do you think of Josh Taylor now compared to a couple of years ago, and also at welterweight compared to 140?
We have never seen him in the welterweight, but what I think about him now, I think he's a really good fighter. Still, he's one loss doesn't define you. As I was saying before to the other interviews, one loss can make you bad or can make you very, very good, and you can take that as a motivation about all the haters that they're gonna put a lot of pressure on you and work harder. And I think maybe this is happening with him, but you never know how his mindset is. Everyone is different mindset, different heart, and yeah.
So with that in mind, we don't know if his mindset's in a good place or not. Would you, if that fight happened, would you go after him from the opening bell? Would you be putting a lot of pressure on?
I will wait for my chance, to fight him open. Of course, I'm not going to take the fight to the points. Everybody knows how I fight. I cannot change the way that I grew up, and that's the way I fight. But I will be controlling for the knockout.
And that presents obviously a physical challenge. If your work rate's high, you're putting pressure on. But is it also a mental challenge for Josh Taylor?
Let me tell you something. Nobody in the boxing world or in the fighting world is more mentally strong than me. And when the time is there, I'm gonna show it to him. And Josh also, if he's in ring with me, in front of me, he's gonna feel my pressure. He's gonna feel my energy inside there. And but till then, we can talk how much we want now.
And you mentioned earlier about the Misfits boxers on the Zone and the YouTubers. But what we saw at the weekend just gone was a different type of crossover boxing. We saw a boxer in Tyson Fury against an MMA fighter in Francis Ngannou. Would that interest you, fighting an MMA guy?
Look, I was fighting MMA. I had 7-0 record in MMA. I fight a lot of people, also MMA, also some amateur fights in MMA. And why not? If the money is right, why not should I not fight him? But everybody have a chance because people underestimate Ngannou, and they was talking about Fury, about the knockdown. Is a boxing, everything can change in one punch, and in heavyweight, it's very hard. And Ngannou, it's really hard.
Were you surprised by Ngannou because you've got an MMA background? Were you surprised that he was able to compete with Fury so well?
I think Ngannou is a very strong athlete, but I think Fury was not really good prepared for this fight. That's the reason I think that the fight ended like this. That's why I think the people will start talking and no, it was a close fight, and because I think Fury didn't, I think underestimate him.
And do you think Ngannou can go on to beat other top heavyweight boxers?
Yeah, of course. Everybody is fighting. It's a fighting game, And MMA, trust me, you have a better power punching resistance, from the other sports. Because you are used to small gloves, you are used to more pressure. Boxing is a lot about technique, but in the heavyweight, technique doesn't plays a big role because this one punch can change everything. In the welterweight, on my weight, is a little bit different.
How much of those MMA skills do you feel you still have? So if they put you in an octagon tomorrow, how effective could you be?
100%. A lot of effective. Only give me 3 months time that I start working a little bit of my grounds, my jiu-jitsu and some techniques, and yeah, I'm ready to fight again in MMA. After, but I don't want now. But after I finish my boxing career, maybe I do a fight there with someone big,
Good stuff. Now, just coming back to boxing, you mentioned Terence Crawford. He has all the belts at welterweight at the moment, but there's been a lot of talk recently of Crawford moving all the way up to super middleweight to challenge Canelo. What do you make of that? Is that crazy, or is it, does he have a chance?
Canelo, for me, is powerful. It's like a powerful horse. But Crawford is a very, very technical, very technical, smart, big heart. And I think the only way that Canelo can win him is about putting pressure on him. And but yeah, of course, the percentages are on Canelo. Canelo is too strong for Crawford. But Canelo was also a welterweight back then. I don't know how will this fight. It's a very close fight. For me, it's a very, very close fight.
Now, apart from yourself, because you have to believe in yourself, do you see anyone at welterweight beating Terence Crawford?
I think a good fight will be with this guy, Cerrone, I think is his name.
Oh, Boots Ennis.
Yeah, Boots Ennis. But I think he's young. He's still young. I don't think he had a big fight like yet. But I think that will be a good fight. And many people can give the problems to anyone in in the boxing world. Don't underestimate no one. But Crawford is the leader right now. But if you give chance to many of the boxers that they never get the chance, he will also have a problem, you know.
And a fighter that you were linked with many times over the few years was Conor Benn. It looks like he's going to be fighting Chris Eubank Jr. In January now. I actually just spoke to Eddie Hearn before I spoke to you. And that seems to be happening in the UK in January. What do you make of that fight? Who do you see coming out on top?
Very, very good fight. I think it's a fight for the fans. I saw the fight of Eubank that he fight with
Liam Smith.
Last fight with Liam, yes. And I think Liam was not really good prepared. I don't know what happened, but he was a different fighter. And also Chris Eubank to come back after this loss that he had, a lot of pressure of him. He fights really good. But with Ben, I think Ben will put the pressure on him, a lot of pressure. I think Ben have a good work rate.
And just finally, send a message to Josh Taylor, if you don't mind, if he's watching, to tell him why he should fight you, why he should make the fight, sign the contract.
Why he must fight me? He knows why he must fight me. Because I think it's the fight that people want to see. That they will, if he wins me, they will put him in more people's eyes. You know, they're gonna respect him a little bit more, because a lot of people want to see this fight, and that's the only. But if he doesn't want that, he's afraid. He's afraid that he's losing, because the money are really good. Sky is offering and Ben is offering good money to him to fight me. And if I am not good, then why you should not fight me?
That's a very good point. Florian, really appreciate it as always. And yeah, I hope you get the fight.
Thank you, mate. Take care. We speak soon.
And you. Bye-bye.